Caster Semenya, thank you for taking the time to talk to me
Thank
today.
you.
Tell me, what's been going on with you lately? I see you ran a 36-minute 10K the other day.
Yeah, of course, of course. No, that's has been my secret, journey, if I may say. I've been involved, in coaching. We're running a development program under Caster Semenya Foundation and Masai Athletics, where we create opportunities, for young boys and girls. Gain access, into sports. We affiliate them under the club. We make sure that they, get the opportunities, to study, in the various, specialized school, which has been an amazing journey. Coaching, obviously, in the middle and long distance, with my partner. It has been an amazing, home where we make sure that we create that opportunities for these young athletes so they can turn into pro and then great, runners, in the future.
And you've already got one fantastic runner. Tell me about Glenrose and your relationship there.
No, the relationship with Glenrose is more sisterly love. Obviously, yes, we have a relationship, of a coach and an athlete, but she's an amazing athlete, hard worker. I would say she's my replicant in terms of, work ethics. She never misses a session. She's a go-getter. She's very hungry. And she has been doing well since she has joined us. We have smashed multiple of records. We're looking forward to the next 4 years to see where we end up. But the relationship is beautiful. We like I said, it's more from sisterly love.
Obviously, she's really kind of dominating at the moment.
Yes, I think the most important part, about athletics is to be consistent, make sure that she understands her body. That's what we have tried, to instill in her for the last, 3 years. Now at least she's getting it. She's starting to understand, how her body operates. She knows when to rest, when to push. So yeah, she's coming okay. And this year, of course, we have a World Half as the main, focus. She will focus on the World Half, and then we'll see after that.
Okay, great. Moving over to the 800, what are your thoughts on Prudence Sekgodiso?
Prudence, she's a great athlete. She's doing well. My advice would be more from she must just be consistent on what she's doing. Whatever she's doing, with the coach, it's beautifully done. If she stay humble and then you say focused, yeah, she can be a good contender for a medal. So I'm looking forward to see, what she can accomplish, after winning, the world indoor medal, particularly gold. It's a very beautifully done, and I'm excited to see, what she can produce in the next World Champs.
And we just had 2 Oceans this weekend. Gerda Steyn won her 6th in a row. What do you make of her accomplishments?
No, I mean, that's one class of its own. She has mastered, the comrade and 2 Ocean. She knows, what to do, when to pick. What I love about her is that she doesn't limit herself. She will still do, 10 kilometers and 21 kilometers to keep her speed up. I'm quite impressed, and I'm looking forward to see the next 4 years.
Great.
Yes.
Obviously, you had a fantastic career, despite the authorities making up new rules basically as they went. They kind of targeted you.
Yeah.
What are some of the highlights of your career? 2016 Rio must be up there.
No, I mean 2016. Yes, one of the highlights, of my career. It's one of the best years that I've ever had. But credit goes, to my team. I had a very great, support structure. But then you have to understand that I was self-coached. I only had, Coach Sepeng as a pacemaker. So I think it was a good, combination where she comes, and she learns through that. It was beautifully done, and having a good physio, and then having my partner by my side, and then Jen Fester, coming in as a mentor. It was beautiful, and I'm moving away from. Remember, I had a good relationship with Maria before that. That played a vital role, for me to start understanding, moving from Michael Semen to Maria, and then come to Jan, and then come to where I have to decide, okay, let me do, my own programs and, get someone as a pacer. I think it was a well played, and it was fantastic.
Obviously, it was probably much better because you were there and got your gold medal at the stadium. In 2012, you got the gold medal years later.
Of course, it's a different feeling, climbing a podium as a silver medalist and then being upgraded. But winning your actual, gold, there's nothing, that that can beat that. There's a great feeling and it's fulfilling. Yeah, I still hold it as one of the best moments. The second one, it will be Berlin.
And tell me about your fortune battles. World Athletics introduced some new regulations last month. Are you going to continue the fight?
No, fight is still goes on. At the end of the day, remember, I'm moving more into leadership role. As I see, African leaders are failing to fight for their own athletes. I'll take a stand for that. I'll go make a difference and make sure that young African athletes, particularly the global south, are well, respected, are well protected, and then we still have to remind, IAAF that they need to follow through, safeguarding, ruling, because if there is a safeguarding ruling, you will not do such, a mess. You will not go out there and promote a discriminatory, policies. You will go out there and make sure that athletes are protected, their rights are, being taken serious. So we are having big issues when it comes to that. That to remind such organizations that you cannot say, we say no racism and discriminatory, policy. We don't promote that, but you're still promoting it, and we say it's necessary to discriminate, one. So those are the things that we need to remind, IOC and then World Athletics to say, look, you have to go back and revisit, your policy making so it favors athletes, not targeting people because of their born different.
Okay, great. And I've just learned today, I actually won your new book. Tell me, what can we expect to read about in your book?
No, I mean, in my book, it's a story of my life. It starts from childhood, to getting into, my adulthood, where obviously I explain, how I grew up, my childhood in terms of understanding, my differences, and obviously embracing it, things more for self-love, but also, educating, people of the world to say, look, we don't have to judge people, we don't have to, discriminate them, but we have to start appreciating and start understanding what humility is.